I've got some horrific and yet largely unsurprising news for you. Do you remember when the Super League happened and apparently football had reset? The game was reclaimed by fans. Fans took ownership. The people at the upper echelon of the game, the Agnellis of this world, the Glazers of this world, not Roman Abramovich, of course. You can never say it's Roman Abramovich, but Chelsea understood. Liverpool understood. Tottenham understood. Arsenal understood that the game belonged to us. Football was ours. It wasn't a plaything for anyone else. And things were going to be looked at. The astronomical prices that fans were being forced to pay was going to be looked at, and it was never going to happen again. Do you remember? There was a full movement. Everybody was throwing their weight behind it. I think it even went into Parliament. Boris Johnson had thrown his weight behind it. Then Chelsea got to a Champions League final and tickets went up massively. Fans were being forced to pay massive amounts of money to get to Portugal and to watch their team play in a European Cup final. Okay, you think, this could change. There's a movement going on. The Agnellis are being forced out. People are aware of it. Something is going to give here. And guess what? It's right back to square one because Chelsea tickets are going up 200% in the West Stand Upper. So if your season ticket is currently in the West Stand Upper, you have two options. Move, basically do one. Basically, it's not yours anymore, go. Or pay an extra 200%. Your ticket is now a fortune. It's gone from 1,200 quid to £3,900. You were paying 1,200 quid a year, which is a fortune to watch a football match, isn't it? It's a fortune. You are giving your club not only your time, not only your love, not only your priority, but you're also giving it 1,200 quid. That 1,200 quid is now going to go up to £3,900. And if you don't want to pay it, you have to move. And if you move, the demand for tickets, and this is all happening to encourage and allow for more and more hospitality seats at Stamford Bridge. This is all happening to ensure that Chelsea Football Club can make as much money as possible out of you. The game belonging to you and I is a complete and utter myth. More and more loyal fans are being priced out of attending games. And it's all in favour of corporate hospitality. Corporate hospitality, they're not fans. They're people on a jolly. They're people who go to the game because they've been invited, because they know somebody or they've done something that enables them to come to the game. Bit by bit, football and football stadiums are becoming unrecognisable from where they once lived. This isn't just Chelsea. But I just dread to think, where is the game going in another decade? Where is the game heading? In what direction are we going? There is going to be no room in football stadiums for the likes of you and me. There isn't going to be any opportunity for us. Tickets are going up and up and up at the expense of ordinary fans. And this has been going on for such a long time, but this seems to hit really hard because it's off the back of everything that happened earlier this year. Off the back of that Super League, I thought that there was a line in the sand. I thought that people were going to start realising that something has to change. The old adage, football without fans is nothing. I thought that that would have been understood then. I certainly thought it would have been understood when teams were forced to play in front of empty stadiums. But it wasn't. The pound note, the bread and honey, the pie and mash is what it's all about. And it pains me to say it, but the people that are running Chelsea Football Club have forgotten about loyal fans. They've forgotten about the commitment of loyal fans. They've either forgotten or they don't care. And I can't even be bothered to go into it with regard to Chelsea. I've made my feelings on the top tier at Chelsea known for ages. You're not allowed to say anything negative about Abramovich, though. He just couldn't do it. So this is obviously not his fault. But this is just a kick in the teeth because I really thought we were moving in the right direction. This isn't exclusively a Chelsea issue, by the way. I'm flagging it now because it's my club. But this is going on all over the place. I mean, Tottenham's most expensive ticket is 2,223 quid. Tottenham. Do you know where that stadium is? If you're not from London, do you know where that stadium is? Rough Old Manor. And they're charging 2.5 bags. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Combine it, I don't think this should be a huge factor. I mean, it's a significant one, but not the defining one. They haven't won anything since 2008. How can they justify charging that kind of money? It's truly, truly ridiculous. Man City have something called the Tunnel Club, by the way. Man City, they are a club that pride themselves on being the working class club of Manchester. They have the Tunnel Club. 15 bags a year. Apparently you can see the players in the tunnel or something. I don't even know, I don't even care. But it's truly ridiculous. And here's something to just warm your heart. You remember when you used to go to the football, get a pie and a Bovril? At Tottenham now, there is a cheese room and a craft beer room. So that is what we're dealing with. But I'm appalled that this has happened with Chelsea. I imagine that we will see season ticket prices throughout the stadium rise. I imagine that is going to be the next thing, to put the West Stand upper. Anyone who sat up there, by the way, decent enough, but to make that 200% dearer, forcing people out. This is the other thing. It's a form of cleansing. People don't have that. If you're ready to drop 1,200 quid, that could be your utter maximum. 200% more. You've now got to drop 4 bags. Sickener, I think. I think it's a real shame. It's a real shame. And like I say, it's a real kick in the teeth because it felt like football was moving in a better direction. It felt like we had made a statement, and it felt like there was a never again feeling to it. It felt like people had genuinely said, enough's enough. The prices, everything has gone too far, and the game needs to be saved. All a load of rubbish. All a load of rubbish. And Chelsea, unsurprisingly, front and centre of this ridiculous decision. £4,000 a year to go and watch Chelsea play at Stamford Bridge in a West Stand upper. You know, when I started going, the West Stand, you had benches at the front and it was wooden seats at the back. I remember I was in there when Chelsea beat Middlesbrough 5-0. Gavin Peacock hat-trick, Jody Morris's debut. I got the ticket at home, 12 quid.